Go. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are ready for another day. Got Activate going here. Took a little spanking yesterday. I'm gonna do a quick little recap before we start the day. If you watched yesterday's stream, do a little bit of charting here. Make sure that desktop's not too loud. It seems a little loud, isn't it? Yeah, let's bring that down a little bit here. Let's bring that down a little bit here. All right. So let's get in there. All right. So to start us off, we had a pretty range bound day today. We knew buyers were down here. 2 days, what was this yesterday? Yeah. So we had a big, I say range bound out. We had a huge sell off in the morning. Uh, Great pickups on pickups long. Had a 15-minute reversal. I think that was 2 days ago. Yeah. So then today we run into a little bit of a sell off here. A little bit more chop. Nothing too crazy. Um, as we get into the main session, we had this break of this pre-market low bounce, and on a 15-minute, this was a beautiful trap, but I didn't take it. I didn't take it because I don't really like taking post-market, pre-market context on the 5-minute, but the 15-minute, it's a little bigger, and it's possible I should have taken this. This music is still kind of loud for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna bring it down here a little bit, just a little bit. There we go. How loud is that for you guys? Can't even hear it. All right, let's see what happens next thing. All right. I feel like I was getting blasted right there. All right. Mm-hmm. I think that's good. Alrighty. So we're in here. We had this 15-minute trap here, but the market's about to open in 5 minutes. 15-minute trap, and then we ran into so right here. There was a trade that should have been entered here. Should have entered here, and went up almost double. So here's 1-to-1. Which is about 160. So we go another probably like 60 points above that to 220. Right there. This is where it should have been, right? About 220, about. And I saw this trap here, and I decided to go short here under the 15-minute long, which is what I'm not supposed to do. Broke out again, tried to go higher, came back. I said I doubled down. Actually, I like 5 times down because a double trap without this context is fantastic. It works a high percentage of the time. Now, for my strat, I still would have taken this trade here, but I've only would have been in on one contract, which would have got stopped out right here. It came back down. But that's not what I did. I came back in, we broke out again, came up, kind of did bear trap, and my bias was like, you know what, this could be a triple trap right here. This could be it. I'm going all in. So I went heavy. I'm not gonna lie, I went heavy. Now, it wasn't bad in the terms of if this was just the context here, but since we were under this 15-minute momentum, oh boy, did we get clapped. So that was a faulty of mine. The strategy said, oh, I need to turn off these Discord noises. The strategy said, don't get in the trade. Cafe trader, don't do it. You need to stay in this long. I didn't do that. I ignored my strategy. I said, forget you. We're going autopilot. Taking you out of autopilot, going manual. And we went heavy. Third time. Stopped out, came back down, and I said, oh no. It's going to happen again. So I went short, even though I know that this isn't a true trap, because if it breaks below this wick here, this breaks up and this breaks down below this wick, it's very likely to get ran through. It got ran through. Boom. Stopped off where we knew there were sellers. And look at that. Just touched them. Came back in again, touched them. kind of came down, had a 2-bar break. So as per the strat was supposed to take the short, which it did. And I think it got this fill here, which was nice. There we go. Nice little 1-to-1 there. So that was nice. Came back up, had a bear traps here. We broke out of these areas here. We came back up into the range. Here's your trap to the upside. Bears are trapped. I don't think it actually got the fill, but this is where it should have been, roughly 175. So I don't think it got the fill, but nonetheless, I think at, what is it, power hours 55, so 1455 right here. This is where I would have cut the trade right there. Boom. So that was yesterday's analysis. We still have these players in play. We haven't actually exited out of these players yet, so we're just gonna slide these dudes over. All right, give a little slide here. Still got heavy sellers up there. We still got buyers front running down here a little bit. They gave it their shot, and we're gonna see if these buyers are actually still in play. Now we're getting a little close to that area here, so we can say maybe buyers down there are scooping up a little bit of front running, but nonetheless, we just drag all this over. Everything's pretty much still in context of yesterday. Got 2 minutes left before the market opens. Yeah, we're just gonna go like this. All right. Midnight's here. Let's take our pre-market high, pre-market low. It's right here. Right here. Let's see if we can identify some buyers and sellers here. Some strength, some gusto. And the only one that I kind of see on the 5-minute, well, I see one pretty recently here. It's like this one right here. This one's a little bit right here. Boom. And as you see, we ran into that. Let's see, did it get taken? Why is this? Give it to me. Couldn't break, couldn't break, couldn't break. We could say that this is still pretty much intact since it got rejected each time. Because you still need buying interest above here. Well, we probably could put this at a line, but since this rejected, I'm gonna call it this still. I'm gonna say this is still intact. On the buy side, a little bit of strength here. Nothing too crazy. We got a little bit right here. So that kind of hovers on our pre-market here, pre-market line here. So I'm just gonna move this up a smidge. That way I can see the pre-market line. There we go. All right. Snap between these two players in the morning. Market open just happened right now. Let's jump in. See if we can get some trades. Good morning, by the way. I'm on a laptop still, so I was supposed to get internet yesterday, and I was supposed to get internet yesterday. What's up, LNZ? Good morning. So I was supposed to get internet yesterday, and called AT&T. They had fiber optic, and they're like, oh yeah, we got it, and you're available. And it gives me a 1 gig upload and download, which that's what I need for streaming, right? I need the gig upload too. I was like, this is perfect. So have them send me the thing. I'm getting ready to hook it up, and they're like, locate your AT&T box. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna locate this thing. I'm looking around. I can't find the box, and I call up somebody who's working on the apartment. I'm like, hey dude, you know, where's this box at? You know what I mean? Or this townhome? And they're like, yeah, we don't, you know, someone actually I think broke it. The painters broke it or something like that. I'm like, what? He's like, you see that little thing in your wall in the other room? I'm like, I look at it, I go, yeah. He's like, it's behind there. So I pull that thing off, hoping that it was gonna be like a port or something, and it looked like a hot wire car. That thing just got cut. It was all jacked. I was like, no, I gotta wait till Saturday for the dudes to come out and install a new thing. So it's all good though. So this morning we got our pre-market highs, pre-market lows. We got some light sellers, some light buyers here it's reacting to. We're just gonna trade the market as normal, but we're gonna keep these things in mind. 15 minutes up here. And again, this is where those heavy sellers were. So if we start chewing back up into these dudes, and you notice we bounced off of them almost, you know, a couple times here. These guys almost bounced. These guys definitely bounced. So we're going to be checking and see if these buyers still here. The buyers are trying to scoop it up a little bit, little by little. And that's what's bringing in our higher lows here right? So we're gonna see. We're gonna see expanding their positions here. So, and then we have these dudes. So we're just gonna find out. So this morning opening candle, 2 minutes in, we could go. I kind of got burned on the 1 minute a couple times in the morning, so I haven't yet. I need to get a bunch of data on the 2 minute. Oh, here's a little 2 minute anomaly. How that would work is that you go like this, and you go 2 to 1 on this. Little anomaly, which would say that this would take out these highs up here. This would have been better if this would have broke out, then came down, then came up, then did a that would be the prime. I'm not gonna take them. Stick it to the 5 minute. We need to start making some money here. I'm doing some things for the ideas and theory and stuff like that, but I just need to stick to the strat and just make some money this time. Hope you guys having a good morning. Samu, I'm good. How are you, my bro? We're good, man. We're good. We're chilling. Chilling in here right now. This would be your anomaly right here. Right here, boom. So if this thing rips up, 2 minute. I'm not trading it because I don't have the data for 2 minute. You know how long it takes to backtest a 2 minute? Like per day, I think it takes about like the 5 minutes easy because there's only like 81 bars or something like that in the day, right? So you can kind of get through 81 bars pretty quickly. But when you got to go through almost 200 bars in a day on a 2 minute basis with a 5 minute bias with another 15 minute bias, oh my god. Not only do you have to chart the 2 minute, you got to pay attention to the 15 minute. I got to have 3 different windows open plus the 2 minute, and then I got to be contextually backtesting all of those appropriately. So running into these, look, see that little quick little dip right there? So they were kind of like, but we'll see. Need strong buying interest above here. Might as well make that to the T. There we go. Since it's ripping up here anyways. So if I don't get back to your guys' comments quick enough, I apologize because I'm all tabbing. Because I'm still on my laptop, no internet, so all tabbing. See if this 2 to 1 happens on this anomaly. Seen this a few times. I call it the anomaly, but really it's just, you know, try to go lower. Bulls got eat, bears got eaten again on the double. So some person called this an anomaly, and he said take it 2 to 1, and it works a decent amount of time. So works more than half the time, I can tell you that just from looking at it. But yeah, I don't have the data to show that it works half the time. No, if I just remember correctly, it works more than half the time. So here we go. Need buying interest above this level here for us to get over these kind of like these previous days second window to the short side here. See how it's kind of struggling there. So probably some absorption up there. They're trying to break it out. There's probably a seller up there absorbing those shares. We did cut it clean here, but I mean we cut it clean here. We closed into this level here. So during market hours, so that could be bullish. Let's see. All right. So on the 5 minute, we have a 81 point bar. Like to see that in the morning. That's great. Got news coming out. PMI US factories. So now this is kind of buyers are looking to scoop that back up. It's gonna be interesting. How do I know where buyers and sellers are? LND? Yeah, no worries, dude. So it's because we can find them. Like these dudes. These dudes are sellers, right? But let's find these dudes that I'm talking about right Oh, this is a 2 minute. My bad. Let's go to the 5 minute. I was looking at a 5 minute. 5 minute right here. So notice when we got sellers coming down kind of strong here, not a lot of overlapment. So this should actually be more like this right here. When there's not a lot of overlap with these candles, see how the wicks kind of come halfway into these bars here. So where they don't, this is technically from an ICT standpoint, I think this is called the order block, I think, but I was talking to some ICT guys last night, and they're like, no, it's under this context, this. I don't know ICT good enough to explain that. But basically, strong selling started to happen here. Volume picked up pretty heavy, right? And when I see an increase of volume over a period of a few bars that are all red, this is where selling came in heavy, right? And if it goes unchecked, so at this point, so at this point right here, this is probably the best take here because all of this was overlapping. So when we ran back into this area again, we got close to it, we moved away from it, and then strong selling came in again, right? This selling came in, see how the volume's starting to increase. So I would probably end up taking this right here as strong sellers, right here, from here to here. And then when you started to have some stuff overlapping, popping off, and it didn't continue, I don't get involved in that. That second leg needs to be pretty big. So see how it kind of acted as a resistance. See that? How people were trying to get above it, couldn't get above it. But then strong buyers came in and went boom, started to eat up into that junk. They still couldn't get it above that level up here, right? But in that first take, but they chewed up a lot of that sell side liquidity. Now you got strong buyers. So see how the volume's increasing with this buying. So before this point, you could say, okay, this is kind of the first level where you should find buyers supporting this position again. By the way, 639, I'm just going to go get a peek here. Nothing really happening yet, but coming up, rejecting off this area that I'm talking about as a resistance. But anyways, back to this. So when you have these buyers come in, I like taking either the first wick that comes in green, that comes into the bar green. You got to come in a decent amount, not like a couple points. You know what I mean? It's got to come in a decent amount. So this would be the first area, but when the selling comes in, I want to see where it cools off at. It cools off all the way right here, right? Boom. I'll leave this wick in here. So now this is your level of buyers, right? But eventually, this gets scooped up a little bit. See that? Kind of. Did it come down a little bit? So these guys got ended here. Boom. So it kind of had this bounce again. Third bounce, the fourth test, or the third test broke. Tried to go farther down, came back up in the range, and then it got rejected. It couldn't take new buying interest above that. So this one got defaulted. Even though we're back up in the range now, for these buyers here, these guys now failed to support their position. So so like these guys, for example, these guys got, even though it came up, but it came up with a few bars, I'm saying these guys are gone. See that? Now, when they couldn't take it above this level multiple times, I'm saying this one's still intact because 2 bars couldn't get above this level, right? Boom, try to get up higher, it came down. Boom, try to get up higher, it came down. So that level's still intact all the way across. And you notice that it's still intact here too, right? Couldn't get above that level, started rejecting off of it. So that's how I like to identify where buyers and sellers are at on the short term. But in a longer term, like really, these are the ones I'm interested in, right? These dudes and these dudes, because we got heavy sellers up here, we got heavy buyers down here, right? So these are the guys that I'm actually interested in moving towards, right? The little stuff's just to kind of identify where they're at. I don't even really use it for trading yet, but I am going to be developing a system on this because I love these zones so much. It respects them so good. And I think ICT actually mirrors, he has a different take on it. But I don't know what to think of ICT, to be honest with you. I haven't studied this stuff long enough, but a lot of people love it. And when I actually looked at a couple little videos, I'm like, oh shoot, that's kind of what I'm doing with like the footprint and stuff, just a little differently. He's a little bit more like nuanced. He's like, oh, this wick means that, you know, order block here, you take that, divide it in half, and next thing you know, you got a, you know, chocolate factory, bro. Nonetheless, it's cool. I don't hate on that concepts until I trade it. So what I do know is that if you're trading things in the appropriate context, anything's really good. Anything can be really good at it. So I don't have a profit target, Samu. On my fast track account, I have a profit target because they have a consistency rule. But I just trade the strategy in its entirety. So from back testing, by the way, we hit these. We're breaking above pre-market high right now, so these guys got taken out. See that? So if this holds, why did I drag that so far? If this level holds here, not only were these guys broken here, but yeah, we're gonna be looking for some longs here, and we're gonna see if we're gonna chew back up into this liquidity up here. I'm assuming we're gonna have some heavy resistance up here again. But you know, if we didn't have this block of heavy sellers, right, it would just be, you know, there's your resistance line basically. This is going to be the beginning of you starting to chew up into these sellers. So you don't need the whole block. I just like to look at the whole block because you're still going to be running into sellers here until you start putting in strong buying into these levels. To look to support the increased buying to the upside, it's going to be sellers all right there. So, and then basically you could take the bottom line as a resistance coming into it, and then the top line you need to find new buyers. It wouldn't even be so much of a sell thing, it'd be like you need to find buying interest here. But those are just multiple things. None of these things are trading recommendations, by the way. I'm not a financial advisor. Trade at your own risk. Anything you see here is for entertainment purposes only. Talking like a united person. Please leave. We carry on in the overhead compartment. So for your question, Samu, this strategy will lose probably like 200 in a day on a bad day. It will gain roughly, I'm saying 200 points, so about $400 per micro on a bad day if I'm trading it really poorly. They're kind of rare. Not even I'm trading poorly. If I trade it perfectly, I do everything right, sometimes the strategy still loses, right? And that's just part of this. That's just part of the game. But in the gain side, which it's got 80% winning days, I'm making between, sometimes it's like break even, but usually it's between 200 to 600 points, and sometimes it's even more than that. In a month, usually it's around like 2,500 points per month, roughly, like in that pocket per micro, which is about $5,000. That's if I'm trading. That's if I'm executing perfectly, right? So if I'm executing perfectly, that's what it would look like. But nonetheless, that's that. Profit targets are good though for consistency rule, or if you're just like you want to prevent yourself from over trading. Since this is kind of an automated strat, like I could probably have someone script this, and I don't even need to be here to physically touch this. It could just do it by itself. And everything's measured move. I'm not sitting here trying to guess like, oh, you know, I did one day. I did on this. Sometimes I'll use it into this context. I'll be like, do I want to be a buyer when I know we're going to be running into these heavy sellers here when we just move down? You know, if we moved up like 700 points, I'm like, do I want to be a buyer up into this range? I don't think so. I'm going to sit on my hands and see what happens. Sometimes I'll do a little manual override like that, but it's not a good habit per se. That's just one of those things that if it's logical enough, I'll do it because just because I miss a trade doesn't mean I'm not gonna profit. Um, if I don't feel, if it's not even about feel too much. Like, where was the trade at? This was the trade I didn't take. I have it marked still. This was the break. I'm supposed to go into the short here, right? I'm supposed to go in. It's supposed to come all the way down to hit this 51 level down here, right? And after we move that huge move to the downside, I know there's heavy buyers here. I'm like, do I really want to be short at the end of this 500-600 point move and douse into these heavy sellers thinking we have the strength to do it right now? I don't think so, right? So I refrained from taking this trade from that logic, and we see what happened. I would have got stopped out. So that's one example. There was another example. I took one off here, knowing that we're going to get into these heavy sellers here, which are right here, which are right. I think this is on the 15-minute basis, but 88 is where I took. Oh no, I took it at 88. So this was this not it? No. This I took it at 88 right here. So I took one at 88. I was in for 2 somewhere down here. Let me just take a quick peek over here. Just take a quick peek. Get a clean chart here too. Let's see here. All right. So where are we at here? Clean chart, clean chart. All right. There we go. I like having a clean chart. All right. So that was a long-winded answer. Really just to say I don't like to override my strategy. Sometimes I do. And the strategy doesn't have a daily profit target, because if I don't trade almost everything, the strategy is not profitable. If I was to take one trade, because some more grants for more stakes. Hopefully, unless you're like yesterday, bro, and I'm trying to trade a triple trap for some content, trying to hit that. I want that short. I wanted that big short, baby. Now I got a loser. I still got a big short. It's just a loser short. It would have been beautiful. Oh, chef's kiss that thing. But so yeah, it's just like I'm trading. A lot of these trades are 1-to-1. So if I do a one and done, I might walk into a loser day and just lose. And then what? I'm going to make another trade, right? It could be like sometimes the 5 minute will take back-to-back losers. And now what? Am I going to go? It's a tough thing. It's better for me to know I got multiple options during the day. Like there's going to be another trade. And if I take my first one on the chin, it's all good. We got more coming. And I don't know. It's just for psychology. I mean, psychology and discipline, those are the other animals. And it's nice to be one and done or have a profit target when you're winning, but when you're losing, when do you stop? Lost targets are kind of tough, especially when the market conditions are ripe. You got hit. All of a sudden, the market conditions get so clean and glassy. You just see this clean, just all day long. It's just printing money, and you're like, my rule is I lose $100, and I'm like, I can't be a participant in some of the best surf I've ever seen. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna be a participant in the surf, okay? Just if I'm getting my butt kicked, I might put my foot off the gas a little bit. That's all. I would like to trade my Fast Track account, but again, it's on my desktop. I don't want to be messing with that on my laptop. I don't want to be trying to involve quant, rhythmic, laptop stream all at the same time. Alt tabbing, getting into those situations. So there's our pre-market high here. A little bit of resistance is showing, right? Don't have a true context yet here until 10 o'clock. I want that 10 o'clock. Good news that dropped there. It wasn't. Let me see. I'll look at this one. Let's see. All right, let's see. Hopefully this doesn't screw me. Okay. Initial jobless claims. Oh, jobless, a little worse than expected. Continue jobless claims. I don't know the difference there. Oh, people who are continue to be jobless, a little better. So some people, okay. A little worse than expected, but nothing too crazy. Little misses. Credit cards are live? Oh, great. That's wonderful. The only thing I like about coming into work is I can go to Starbucks right in the morning. It's the only thing. Everything else, not great. So something here in the first 30 minutes, a little nugget. So if you were to take a trend break, right, off this, let's say this broke, this wouldn't be a true trend break on the first 30 minutes because you haven't had a little gap in the candle trends. It could just be prices rolling and it could just be ripping, right? So here's still not a gap. It's just a touch. It's a two tapper, boom, boom. But it kind of comes into it a little bit, so I still wouldn't take this trend break to the downside because I have to move this trend a little bit. Basically, I want a bar where I don't have to move the trend for the first 30 minutes of the day. If I get that bar, I'm set. Green bar here. If we break, it'd be our signal. They're trying. They're trying. I need that volume to pick up. I want that volume to pick up at least up to here. To this one right here. 30 seconds left. I'm going to refresh it with like 10 seconds left. Maybe, I don't know. I don't like that. So one thing I don't like is I can't see the volume increasing as it's increasing. It just gives me these super delayed what is this? What is this blue line? Settlement. What's these other ones? Yellow, yesterday's value very high. Orange, yesterday's high. So those are going to be looking to be resistance up there. Alright, so we broke. Volume almost got up there. Almost. It was right there. 300K off. Got news coming to 10. Now, the question is, if this gives me my other green bar, I got two resistances plus news running into. Do I want to take this? I'm going to. I'm going to take it, but this is going to be much more likely to fail because we have these sellers up here. All these sellers are running into. Boom, 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 boom. So if this 1-to-1, for examples, we get a little bit of headroom here. We're going to be coming right up into these dudes. Right up into them. So we might get close and then kind of bounce off a little bit, and then maybe we get the reload. But we are above pre-market highs. I'm looking for longs only right now. Get rid of these levels. The only way I don't take this trade, the volume's close enough for me, by the way. So if the volume's pretty much there, I'll take it. It's gotta be pretty much there though. If it's like a little bit down, I won't take it. Which this volume may even surpass both of these, which would be good. Not a recommendation, by the way. 3 minutes left in this candle. Should have a decent amount of volume. I mean, we're not even halfway through the candle yet, and it's already halfway there in terms of volume. This should definitely get there. So the other thing I won't do is if this wick is bigger than half. So let's see here. If this wick is bigger than half, I'm not going to take it to the upside. So keep that in mind too. So the volume's starting to get up there a little bit, start to move. What's the other thing? Yeah, that's pretty much it. 2 bar. Yep. Nothing much. 15 minutes just showing ripping. I'm assuming we're gonna be, I don't know. I would assume we're just gonna be here, but we got news coming, so rest of that news coming. One minute left. If this bar goes green, I am gonna go long. Not a recommendation. Yeah, this volume should be kicking up above. This volume should be like up here somewhere. This volume goes short. I just don't see how it will go short. 1 minute left. You take long only above pre-market high and short only below pre-market low. Yeah, LND, and it's because when we close above it, especially with the second bar, I'm considering this becoming a stronger uptrend, right? So a stronger uptrend means that I don't want to fight against the trend. I want to, if I'm going to trade counter trend, I want to have things in a specific context, right? By the way, this is kind of fiddling here on this 30-second mark here. So I'll still take it if it's touching it, but if it's actually like this, if it goes big below like that, I'm not gonna get it. Oh, I don't want to buy 5 either. That would have been crazy. All right, because you don't want to counter trend trading in a strong trend usually gets you chewed up. All right, let's see. 8 seconds. It's gonna be tough because it's bouncing around that halfway point right here. Yeah, I'm not gonna take it. This could still go up, especially with it like thinning up like that to the upside. But see that? Yeah, that would have worked. But volume was there, everything was there. News is out. I just didn't want to take that. So, but let's just chart it. I wouldn't have taken this anyways. This isn't part of the strat. But the 1-to-1 would have tapped. Almost tapped. Let's see. Close. It would have got close. 1 tick away. Yep, literally 1 tick away. I wouldn't even got to set it fast enough. I've been like, where is it? Boom. I wonder how the data came in. Better than expected, huh? What is this? PMI. Yeah. Factory orders down. Plus 1% was down 2%, 0.2%. Does that cause inflationary pressure because of that? I don't know. I don't know the fundamentals too well. I want to learn that better, actually. Fundamentals is one of those things that I've always wanted to learn. Good morning, good morning. If you're new here, appreciate you stopping by. We're going to be trading some price action today. Running into some heavy sellers. We're above the pre-market high. We're looking to see if we can catch a part of this move as it starts eating up into these sellers. So, charted out a trade here. Didn't work in my context. just because this wick is too big. So, which it still works, just the percentage goes down, I think, to 50 or lower, 50% or lower, which is no longer an edge when you have a wick like this. So, especially when you're trading 1-to-1. If you're trading 1-to-1, this is no longer an edge. So, that's just a flat. It's a waste of a trade. See, we're going to touch into these sellers now. Let's see what happens here. By the way, with volume increasing here, if we get another volume increase here, this bar continues to go through green, we're going to have this as a level for buyers, which we're going to look to have these guys supporting this position again, coming up into these sellers. But let's see what happens here. Ooh. About 15 points of drawdown there, not too crazy. About 20. $25. See the volume starting to increase now. So if this candle goes green, I'm at least putting this here. If I get a few bars to the upside. $7 o'clock mark. I can do my trends a little differently now. Let's go to the clean chart. This was supposed to be the clean chart. Not the clean chart. Alright. So, clean chart. It's kind of ripping. Right? Ripping up all morning. Boom. Right into that news. Have that blow off top here. Boom. Trying to break out of that channel. Had a little bit of that break here, which volume was there, just the top wick wasn't. That was not what I wanted. 11 seconds left, about to close. Are we tapping into these guys now? We are. Closing very strong. So this could be where we start tapping into these sellers here. I think this is the strongest we've had. Yep. Starting to break out of those highs, very strong. So let's see what happens. Yeah, man. Could be interesting. Again, big long from the bottom. What are we up? We're up almost 200 points. 100, almost 200 points off the morning. Just haven't been able to get in anywhere. This was a maybe take right here. 2 minute probably looks really good today. 2 minute, 1 minute. Yeah, you had a, let's see. Yeah, here's your 2-bar here. Boom. Here's another one, but with a top wick, but 2 bars on the top wick. On 2 minute don't really count. Continue up. So a couple trades on the 2 minute. Look at the 1 minute. 1 minute's actually like full-fledged stair stepping today. So peak high here. 1 minute's looking fantastic. There's a 2-bar. 2-bar. Beautiful. Another 2-bar. Beautiful. Another 2-bar. Boom. So if this continues to work, this is going to be working up into the 132s. So 4 straight trades for the 1 minute, which looks fantastic. Tempted to trade it. Oops. Tempted to trade it, but I'm gonna stick with the 5 minute. I don't have enough data with the 1 minute, 2 minute. But I've been noticing it. It's been What just happened? Okay. Just buyers dredging in here. So this thing's gonna start chipping away at a lot of these sellers here, I think. So I'm gonna move this up to our nearest buy here. How do I see this? Well, doesn't really matter. All right. So with this kind of buying, especially with that increased volume here, so I can pretty much just say that, yeah, these buyers are looking to, they're starting to chew up some of the sellers. We're gonna be looking for a continuation still to the upside. See if we can get a full retracement back up to these levels. If we do crack and come down low, I'm still, as long as we don't give myself a couple different selling indicators, I'm gonna be looking for strong longs only, especially as this thing's gaining its legs right now. So let's see what happens here. Definitely don't want to chase it, right? Especially after this candle. This would be a huge fair value gap, I think, for different traders, right? This would be like a massive fair value gap right here so far. Almost wouldn't mind being a buyer at 50 if I was trading a different purpose, but needed to cool down a touch here. Needed to cool off a little bit to get me in. If it just rips straight up, the only way I can get in really with that is like a 1 minute. Close strong again. That's great. It's a little bit higher wick on this one already. It's about double. It's about flat. We can still get in long here as long as it doesn't go too green. Buyer's going to be looking to step in here, anywhere in this area. So I think ICT people take half of the bar. That's what they're doing last night. Half of this bar and looking to buy it to half, which is roughly 68. Let's market for the charting. 15 minutes ripping, nothing I can do in the 15 minutes, just straight up. Yeah. Nothing yet for me. Nothing yet for the house blend. House blend's not getting any love right now. Almost. And almost here. There'll be opportunity though. I'm not too worried about it. The 1 minute though, house blend has been just smacking the game. Smacking. So with this text to the extreme like this is actually on a 1 minute standpoint. This is a little bit of a bear trap here. On a 1 minute. Test to the extreme. Put in another high. We would see somewhere like right here. Somewhere. But 1 minute's very finicky. See it touch that? Boom. RSS came back in. Let's see if we can do this 50% down here. Man, one when it's working right now. If I wasn't trying to be a disciplined man, I'd be all over this 1 minute right now. Look at that, just stair stepping, beautiful. Melting up. Even the trap should be working here. Trap got, what was that, like a point away? Point away from getting filled on that trap. Close. Boom. Even the 1 minute's getting filled on trades. So there's your 50% mark here for that fair value gap. So you know, if I was a betting man, I'd go boom. I don't know ICT concepts too well, but that would be basically that fair value gap. I don't know where you would go out. It's no longer a fair value gap anymore. The gap has got closed. So obviously sellers are still present here, but there's a lot of now institutional buying here. Increased volume, high volume of the day. We'll see what happens. Just got clobbered off of that. So pre-market high should look to be a support. So if I was a gambler, if I was like a emotional one, I'd just be buying right now. I'd be like, yes, 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 yes. No way, it's retracing everything. This is intense. All right, pre-market high here. It's just dumpstering everything right now. This is wild. That's the biggest bar of the day, by far. How much time we got left? 40 seconds left in this candle. That was a 133-point retracement. Oh, yeah. That would. I guess it would be a failed gap Samo. I guess, right? I would say that gap failed. Holy smokes. So bounced off pre-market highs. And I'd be feeling pretty intimidated if I saw this candle. I was like, boom. I was in the long there. So still looking long, by the way. First clean break, biggest volume of the day by far. 43K, that doesn't seem right, but 43K compared to that 34 opening balance. Still looking for longs here. Have a pivot high. I actually almost prefer this because I can get in somewhere now. There's a range that I can deal with, not just it ripping to the roof the whole time. It's pretty wild. So on this break, if I get a 2-bar to the downside, I'm not taking it. Even though it's huge volume, I still won't take it. I'm still going to be looking for longs. Pivot highs here. I'm going to see where this is going to rest at. 15-minute. Straight up doji. 133-point doji. And it's the biggest bar of the day, so I can't really touch it. Well, actually, let me see. Is it the biggest bar of the day? What is this one? This one's 83? Is that what it was? Roughly 82, 83. This one is 91. So biggest bar of the day here. Is that bigger than this one? How big is this one? Yeah, that one was even big. So biggest bar of the day here. So even if this did break to the downside, I still can't take it because usually the biggest bars of the day have biggest bars of the day after the 30-minute or after like actually like the first like 15-20 minutes is likely to get ran through. So more likely from my back testing. So I wouldn't want to touch it. But we're gonna see here. Still no trades yet. I am going to be interested here. If we can actually get above this level, leg up a little bit. Oh yeah, I'd say that's building great strength. But it just rejected harshly off that. I cannot believe if you went short here just thinking that. Oh man, that would have been beautiful. I bet you there was a lot of bulls though that thought it was going to go above these levels here, because these were the previous highs here, right? Previous highs on different days. Closed above it, second bar break, strong volume. I bet you there were some longs that got owned at this level. A lot of them just got owned. Wait a couple minutes. We'll have our second point of contact here. Might get some trend breaks off of this. Can't really get in any other way right now. The 1 minute looked great though. 1 minute, 2 minute, they all were working this morning. They were good and strong trends. It was a pretty strong trend. Let's see what this green bar lands, huh? That big volume is really interesting. Guess sellers are still present out there. These guys are still saying, nah, we're gonna sell into that pretty heavy. So doji at the top of a range can mark a signal, like a reversal, but really, if a bar closes kind of like below this area, that's where it can get really hairy to the downside. Prickly. Could have been some news with Israel too, because I saw some news fly in, and that could have put pressure right at that point. Actually, I'll take a quick peek real fast, see if there's any news that could have done anything. We are discussing Israel striking Iran oil facilities. Ooh. Wonder how oil looks right now. What do you guys think? Up? What? That was the striking the oil facilities right here, huh? Still looking like it was squeezing up anyways, but that's intense. Holy smokes. Dude, oil. Oil. Man. That's intense. Alright, so we got our first actual tick on the 5 minute here. Right here. So when I say I don't trade the biggest bar of the day, I don't, if it broke and it was a part of my 1-2 to the short side, I would not take it. Or to the long side. If it was like a long bar like this one, let's say this was the biggest and it broke too, I wouldn't take it. It usually can mean exhaustion, and it's more likely to fail. Unless it's like the first like 4 or 5 bars of the day, then I'll take it. But anything beyond that, it starts to get like, why is this big reaction happening? No, Dewey. No, I didn't catch any of that long. The 1 minute was great for the long up. 5 minute didn't let me in. It almost let me in here, but I still didn't take it. My question is, Dewey, what was happening here? What was on your I bet you there's a lot of bulls that got clapped there. That's my question. Now the strat hasn't given me an entry yet, so I've just been kicking back. 1 minute was fantastic. 1 minute was absolutely, even still, like this price action is delicious. This price action is beautiful. This is like this is a dream right here. A dream, look at that, just calculated sells. Yeah, 1 minute was looking, 1 minute's looking like it's cooking a little bit. Breaking back into that pre-market range now. Might give it all back up here. So now breaking back into this pre-market range, there is going to be buyers here. So we're going to look for that second level of buyers in the 1 minute, but I don't know. I don't know if that news stirred it up a little bit. Went biking? What's that mean? This is crazy. Having a couple big breaks here, break back into the pre-market range. So now that we're out of this strong trend, I'm actually allowed to start taking shorts back in this pre-market range. Where's my, oh yeah, that's right, pre-market lows down here. Just can't really see it. But there's still a lot of buyers down here too, so huge selling. That was wild. It's gonna be a tough volume to get above here. Look at that. It's gorgeous. I can't trade. If I was talking about good conditions, 1 minute is fantastic conditions. Fantastic. I'm not trading it though, but it is fantastic. That news with them hitting oil facilities is probably like definitely something that's gonna mix up the price action a little bit here. Get a little clarity. Would actually be interested to see what other what they're saying about it and stuff. That would be very, very fascinating. It's not letting me in anywhere. On the 5. It'll give me something here pretty soon. So with this volume break here not being the biggest, if this goes red, I'm allowed to take short coming back into pre-market range. But having a continuation where these buyers are is going to be tough. Because buyers are all right here chewing this up. A lot of sitting today for me. Big moves, man. I want pieces. So volume broke out of this volume. on the sell side. Very big volume. So if this goes red, I have to take this, according to the house plan strat. So 15-minute, nothing's telling me no either, right? So remember I was talking about that doji at the end marks the end of extreme. I'm sorry, end of a trend if it breaks below this level, below these two kind of bars down here. So if we get that close below whatever this is whatever that is, 79, 80, close below 80, this could be, and this is not according to the strat by the way, but this is something that pay attention to. But we'll see what happens here. 2 minutes left on this candle. It goes red, I take it short. Not a recommendation, by the way. Trading against a really strong trend like this, even coming back into the pre-market range, can get really tricky. Really tricky. Need a little bit of red here. Get no red here. I can't smack in, but the way it's looking with these like doji 3 bars though, if this one dojis, we can get another flush. Just boom, 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 boom. One minute left. Let's see what happens here. Again, the about 80s level here. If it gets below the 80s here, I would expect it to continue lower. Not a recommendation. Let's see what happens here. 40 seconds. I'm hoping it let me in somewhere. I just hope the one time I get in is a trade that doesn't work. No, it's all good. Alrighty. 20 seconds left. 25 seconds left. Let's see what happens. See if we can get in here. I don't want it to doji, but I will play a 3 bar to the downside maybe. Alright, 10 seconds to see if we get a little love here. This is where they're going to be buyers, so we're running right into those buyers from this morning. Alright, it's going to be the first entry. And roughly looking for 137 points. Not a recommendation, trade at your own risk. None of these trades are recommendations. What is this? 92, 25? Okay. We're running into these buyers here from this morning, so these guys are going to act as a support. Let's see if we get a little follow through here. It's looking fairly heavy, not too heavy, but we have a lot of these I marked them here. These buyers is where they're at. So, and that halfway point, which is roughly right here, it's going to be, I think, a fair value gap on the morning. I think so. Let's see what happens here. So if this flips green and it 2 bars above this with good volume, flips green, good volume, like it's got to be pretty good volume. Or like a series of 3 green bars that gets pretty heavy with good volume, increasing volume. I'll be looking to reverse this trade if we don't touch this here. By the way, I need to give myself a little 3-point stop up here. But those are where the buyers, where I said buyers should be looking to step in, which they're trying. Alright, this is too synthy for me. Change this music before I lose my mind. Going back to this one. I'm digging this one. A little bit of a trap here. Break out of these bars here. Try to go lower, came back up. As long as it doesn't go above this wick, that's a little bit of a bear trap. Back above pre-market range. This is a definite trap on a 15 minute. So if this 15 minute holds, this is going to be the context for the rest of my day for the trade probably. So yeah, buyers were present where I thought they would be present. That's why they like to step in. Again, so the strategy says I have to take here. That's why I'm in the short. The trade's not invalidated until all of these guys get ran through, which could happen right here actually, but that is something to keep in mind. So I'm going to take one more up here.
Order filled.
Just for a little bit of a discount. Need new buying interest above here for this trade to be invalidated, which it could happen. It's a big extension. I took one more because discount. I love discounts. So a little bit of lack of buying interest here doesn't mean that these buyers won't help step in and keep accumulating to the upside. It'll put pressure on this and give confidence to buyers. This was great for buyers here. 15 minutes left. I will have to cut this short. If this goes any green, doesn't even matter if it's like, it just needs to go above this wick here. At or above this level. There's a lot of levels on my screen right now. Let's see which one's this one. Get rid of some of the stuff. It's looking a little messy. Alright. Do a little sweeping here. A lot of levels. Okay. So pretty strong close too. That's crazy. You got a full break on the downtrend. No, I don't want to move that. Got back above the pre-market highs. One break in the volume is pretty up there too. Remember I was saying the volume has to get there. So if this breaks to the upside, I will be taking again long. That volume just ripped. That was wild. So yeah, those buyers, where I was assuming buyers would be, they ended up getting right back in there. And I think this is a fair value gap for ICT. I think that's a fair value gap for ICT. If you can see that, boom, right in there. I think half of the half. So it like bounced directly off of that half of the half there, which is pretty wild. I'll just take notes. I don't trade it, but I take notes. I like to be perceptive of different ideas. Did run up 210 points, has to give some pullback, just watch for weakness, etc. Use ICT. I don't necessarily use them, but I think I'm familiar with them. Is that what you would say? I'm familiar with some of the concepts. They're not too complicated, right? Some of them. I think putting them in the right context is what's tough, right? Just like anything. Having good context for these trades is what actually matters. This could flip and go green, and we'll see what happens. So this point right here, if the green bar gets back up above here in the next 7 minutes, I'm gonna flip the trade long. If it doesn't, then I'm staying in the short. Next 7 minutes. If this goes green and the volume is just cooking up here again, I will also reverse this trade. Volume's been really crazy, really nice. Price action's been decent. 1 minute price action's been awesome. Really good. Sorry if I'm not looking at the chat good enough. I'm gonna scalp a little Samu. Okay, Dewey came in heavy. Okay, let me read all duties. Dewey's okay. Part of my discipline is short up there when I got back at 24-ish. Went 100 points more. Head and shoulders on 1 minute. Samu scalping a little. Get in there, dude. Get in there. Not a recommendation. Get in there. Only contributed part. Yeah, the PMI report. Keep in mind on price range too. Yeah. Yep. I feel it. I feel it. So that one's done. So I can pretty much take another one here. Let's go on the clean chart here. Get rid of some of these. This is one break. Gonna test, see if these buyers are serious. They look serious. That looks serious. That volume looks serious, but if you can't find new buying interest above here, then they're gonna have to keep coming into these buyers and see if they want to keep scooping up shares. Positions. Lots. There we go. So 5 minutes left on this green candle. If it gets above, touching is going to be really tough for me. If it, all right, swinging back in here. That candle was red, so let's see what happens. I've been liking this. I've been playing this mix every day. I do like this little mix here. They got Willy Wonka favorite things, dude. The harp, it's pretty dope. All right, let's see if we can get a little continuation here. 15-minute for it to come all the way up and retrace all this way. There's got to be a little bit more bulls stuck, but again, there's such strong buying that happened down here, so we'll see what happens. This line marks the end of the 15-minute here. Again, if this comes back up above this level, I have to close this trade and flip the script on the 15-minute. If it doesn't get above this level, I hold scratch. If it touches it, that's so tough. If it touches it, it can go either way. But that could also mean that it kind of screws my trades either way. So obviously hoping for the flush here. That would be the best case scenario. Want to see this flip red. Just give me that nice flush down to the, we'll see, 92s. Ooh, 92 is pretty far down there. Oh yeah. It's gonna have to be a big flush. I'm tempted to take one. Tempted. Take one there. And then I'll hold on to the other one. See? Discount. Look at this. Discount. So the second contract is showing you the actual risk reward. I'm risking $28 to make $257 on that second one. Discounts. It's almost Black Friday. We're getting into November. You need discounts, okay? If you guys are new to the stream, welcome. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Trying to get a little bit of some action here. I took one just in case we get this retracement back up to this level again, because I know there's buyers down here. Right? We know there's buyers down here from this morning. So, especially at this 50% level, I know they're here. So I probably could have taken it a touch above, but it doesn't really matter. Actually, you know what? Let's put it a touch above. Just in case we top wick this this bottom, I'm fine with that. Let's see. Let's see. Now, if we break this floor, oh, things could get really nasty to the downside. Pre-market low is right down here, by the way. There are buyers right here. But pre-market low, you can barely see it, but it's there. Volume's increasing to the sell side if this continues. See if buyers can hold this up. And if this bar breaks, it'll be another signal for me to add to a short. So 30 seconds left on that. If it goes above it, then I don't take it, or I reposition this trend. Not a recommendation, by the way. Trade at your own risk. None of these trades are recommendations. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a financial entertainer. So let's see. Let's see what happens here. See if we can get in here a little bit. 1 second left. Cracked above it, right? So, again, this trade's not invalidated until we get new buyers up here, but having buyers come step in again. Look how many wicks we have here. It's just, this cracked it a little bit. Showed a little bit of weakness here. Not a ton though. Because if this bar flips green, I'm not considering it weakness. I'm consider these buyers strong. 15 minutes, have a little glance here. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see this. You could either have it roll up or this thing can crack down. It go either way right here. At least the trap's not in play. I prefer not to have that trap in play. They're trying. Bars are working. See them? They're working it. All right. Again, until I get new buying interest up here, this trade is not invalidated yet. Because these shorts were still pretty strong. So just this buyer here is scooping up a ton. new buying interest. So the buying interest is kind of waning. If you can't find buyers, it's going to keep going down here again and say, hey, you guys want to, we got more to sell to you. You guys still interested? Come down here again, they still interested? They're going to keep scooping it up until all of a sudden new buyers are like, you know, we don't like this 40s area. Pre-market high right here. Let's try in. Now this price action is starting to get a little sloppy. Yep. How long have I been in this trade for? Only, let's see here, 10, 20? Only 20 minutes? $15 minutes not really giving me anything yet. May get a first break here on the 15 minute. Actually, it is broken, so we might get a first signal to a break on 15 minute. Volume needs to get up here. If it's a low volume break, if it's increasing, I want at least 3 bars. If it's not increasing, it's a 2 bar, I'm not taking it. I won't even contextualize it. Nice range, 40%. Yeah, very spiky today. It's nice. If you're on the right side of it, it's nice. If you're on the wrong side of it. Fed Bostic speech? Okay. Fed Bostic. What's Fed Bostic again? What's involved with him? Could look it up. If you guys are new to the stream, welcome. Leave a like, subscribe. We're trading Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. Oh, I'm sorry, p.m. I keep saying p.m. a.m. Pacific. There we go. That's what the P is. Navigating this price action using a house blend strategy, just a combination of trend breaks and traps. And we use a little bit of some 3-bar plays in here. I chart different ideas with a footprint. I'm not at my desktop right now, so you are not seeing the footprint at different levels. We are seeing where different buyers and where on the footprint we should see buyers step back in again. Nonetheless, and I'll throw a little bit of some ICT. I know ICT is very popular. We'll throw a little bit of some ICT concepts in there, but I need to do a little more of my homework on ICT before I can comment appropriately on ICT. None of these trades are a recommendation, by the way. Trade at your own risk. So that didn't break. Oops. Oh, I don't really need this here anyways. We know where they're at. This rolls. 15 minutes trying. 9 minutes left. It's working. If it can't get up there, we see this drift down to the red side again. Oh boy. I took one here. It was like 25 points away. I took one right here. I took one right here. Let's just see. Where was it? 9:15. Dude, I took one right here. I took one right here and I was like, yeah, that's good. I'll take one there. Balanced off with that. Took one. I'm only risking 28 on this next one. That feels pretty good. Even though I know I was up almost 300, but it's all right. Let's see. Buyers are in here. Volume's trying. Almost tempted to take another one short right here. I'll take one short right. If we get like right here, I'll take another one like right here. Is that $10 more? I'll take a $10 short. Another $10. a discount. Do have our first break here. Volume needs to get there. 15 minute two. 15 minutes broken. 7 minutes left on this bar though. It's quite a ways away. This could be like a last minute flip. Maybe I shouldn't have been greedy. Maybe I should have just. Nah, I'm gonna leave it here. I don't wanna give it back too much, but this is already a discount, so I need a double discount. But that would have been nice. The 2020. I think this gets ran through. How much strength is accumulating, but you just never know. But I feel better risking $10 than risking $50 or $30. Yeah, another 30.
Order filled.
Okay. Okay. Maybe. Needed new buying up there. Didn't happen twice now. Now it's up to these buyers here. In this range. Got a little bit of buyers trapped again. Oh, this should push. This should push. A third time it doesn't happen? Come on. This has got to go down. Quit playing. They're trying hard. They're dredging this. Slam down. Last 5 minutes. I want this 5 minute bar to just crack. Full-fledged short. Cut my mic for a second. Gonna be some loud noises in here for a second, so the mic's gonna be off. But discount, right? $5. See a touchdown here. This should be a support. Maybe I should just buy one right here for a scalp. Nah, we're gonna let it run. We'll let this boy run. If it wants to run, it's gonna run. No reason to cut this winner short here. Adding to a winner on a discount. We'll see. Notice that buy volume slowing, right? Buy volume's tapering down. Doesn't mean that buyers won't come in strong. It just means that these initial 2 bars, it's waning a little bit. Be a drill going off any second, so cut the mic off. back below pre-market highs. See if we get a little flush, hopefully. Two minutes left in this 15 bar too, so we're gonna see if this 15 breaks trend. If it flips red, that's gonna be really bearish. Doing a little increased trend here, but it's going to be invalid. So if this bar cracks, and if there was a tiny bar, yeah, no matter what, it'd be invalid. So yeah, doesn't necessarily need to be there. All right, can we get the flush here? 1 minute left in this 15-minute bar. Tempted to take one more here, but I'm gonna let it chill. Just because last 1 minute here, if it doesn't go down, there should be either increased buying or increased selling. So I'll just hold on to it. So basically, I got the same trade with two contracts up here instead of down here. I sold that one off. That one got sold here. Bought another one for the same trade. Discount. I'm gonna sell one there. Peak of this range here, then the other one I'm gonna let it tap if it taps. So we'll see. Look at this, flipped. See what I said about flipped? We're gonna see if it dojis, that's gonna be a little different. I don't want to see slowly decreasing bar size here. That can get a little bit rolly. So took one more there. See if we can get a little flush out here. I'd like to see a flash and go though. That would be nice. Now these buyers, come on buyers. You guys still hungry or what? Hope you guys brought your appetites. We'll see right here. It's either this bar is gonna rip all the way back up and stop me out, or it's gonna flush down. If this bar does a tiny move, I'm gonna say that's bearish and it's gonna go down. But none of these trades are recommendations. I'm not a financial advisor. A little bit of a bear trap on the 5 minute. If you notice it, I'll mark it out right now. See how it broke below that level I just made? Tried to go lower and then started coming up a little bit. So technically it'd be a little bit of a bear trap, but since I'm in the trend break, we don't take that. But nonetheless, it's there. Hope buyers brought their appetites. This one's even funnier because I'm only risking $13 instead of 28. Sorry, dude, I wasn't looking at this chat. That'd be hilarious, dude. Yeah, I'm still trying. I was supposed to get internet yesterday, but I guess it's coming in Saturday because they didn't have a box. I have fiber optic, but they didn't have it. I guess the painters broke it or something like that. But and then the button thing would be hilarious, dude. The little soundboard. Oh yeah, trust me. Eventually, when I get my camera on, oh boy, just wait, Dewey. Just you wait. You're gonna watch this stream metamorphosize. See, buyers are here. There's just no buying interest above here yet. Said the price action was nice, and then you look at this on the 5 minute, it's like, is it nice? Not so nice now, getting a little crazy. Still a little bit of a bear trap here if we come above that white line I marked. Bears tried to break lower, tried to go lower again with the second bar, but came back up in range. So if it comes up above here, bit of a 5 minute bear trap, but we're in this trend break still. So I would not take this, but it is something to spot, something to be aware of, just as far as charting goes. Not a recommendation. I'm not a financial advisor. I just need to have a disclaimer going across the screen, but the ones that I can make look so tacky that I don't want them. Are you cracking a little bit? Oh yeah, we're cracking a little bit. Come on. Come on. So see how the, well, sell volume, we're going to find out about sell volume, but if the sell volume starts waning too, that's going to be, we're going to be mixed. Now, if I showed this on a short, right, in a stream, then like, yeah, I only take 20 to 1s. I risk $13 to make 260. Only in that context. 20 to 1s only. Dude, I love it. The Jim Cramer. Oh man, what a legend, bro. That guy is the guy you need to counter trade. You counter trade him, he's like Nancy Pelosi but reversed. Yeah, these buyers are trying. Trying. I know what some of you may be thinking, like, why don't you just take profits here? It's close enough. And you're right. It is close enough, but those are bad habits for this strat. I have to at least let one hit my take profit. I'll be much more upset if this hits my take profit and I take it early. I already got pretty much what I needed to get out of this trade anyways. So me losing $13 out of this is fine. I'll just wait for some new confirmation here. I mean, if it comes back up here again, I'm probably going to sell one again. I'm not even lying. Let us see. His wife rescued him several times when he was reckless. Really? That's hilarious. Do I not cover them? Cover them? I did. Yeah. I covered 2 of them. I got out of 2 of them. Yeah, something like that. Again, total of 125 points between both of them. Could be up another 100 here, but we're just gonna stay in the trade. Really, I mean, it's really not technically out of bounds yet. I mean, this was a little bit of the buyers are still present, right? You see them weakening, right? They're getting eaten into a little bit here, but I would assume, yeah, who knows? For this thing to have this much strength to get clapped here based off news, a lot of buyers trapped up here. You know, buyers are looking to kind of get out a little bit early out of their positions. This is downtrending overall, right? So sellers are continually to wait till they can sell at better prices. Like me, I sold 2 up here at better prices, right? So, and yeah, might be some profit taking ahead of these buyers from the sellers, but overall, it's not an invalid trade yet until we crack this level or we get some kind of idea. I mean, you look at these two bars, these bars are still bearish. It doesn't matter what it does up here yet. It matters how it closes. In between the bar, I don't really care what happens. Oops. Doesn't really matter what happens in between the bar. When I'm trading this context, this strategy, it does on other strategies for sure. But yeah. Let's see. All right. Buyers are trying. Even that buy volume was pretty up there. It's between these two ranges today. Been in this trade for about an hour now. Just hanging out. Queen chart, 15 minute. No real action here yet for this strategy. Just between these two trends here. I'm getting even kind of hungry. I'm like, dang. So looking at the volume, big sell volume came in off that news of the oil strike. Buyers stepped in heavy. They wanted to buy it at a good price. They got their good price. But sell side started to increase to the downside here. Obviously, all of this wasn't selling volume. Buyers stepped in again. Sellers just ate them all up. Buyers are trying again in this area. Now, it's either shorts are going to be basically done selling off, right? Or buyers are starting becoming satisfied. They're like, we can't take it anymore. So it just depends. We're seeing who's stronger here right now. It's kind of the buyers are still heavy. Selling has cooled off a little bit. So need new buying interest for this market to move up. Otherwise, we keep drifting down to see how much can these buyers hold. And they may be able to hold everything and it start to rip up. So clicked on that link that gave me able to see here. Oh wow! Oh, it's got everything, huh? That's crazy, dude. I can't read this many books in a lifetime. It's wild, wild. And take a look at that later. Take a look at that later, Dewey. Yep, yep. All right. Ranging. I don't like holding trades for longer than an hour. After an hour, it's just kind of like, well, I mean, they still work through the testing, right? I've held some trades like in back testing all day and they eventually end up working, but it's not any less exhausting. Speaking of trade, especially when you're range bound. I mean, we still made some things happen. We actually, I mean, in terms of range, right? Bought one here, ripped up, bought another here, sold another here. Came down, I literally sold it almost at the bottom, which is crazy. Right into that flush, I sold, basically bought one to cover, but got rid of one of my shorts. That's kind of bullish. Right at 15, which was wild. Right here. Came up again, sold another, like, where did I get that fill at? That was stupid. Oh, I got it right here. I'm done. It's right here. That's exactly where I got it. 29, 28.50 is where I got that second fill. And then it came all the way back down here again. Where did I get out? 43 this time? 43. All right, 43. Which was, I mean, you know, it was about, it could have got a little bit better on that bottom, but I sold into that one because I was figuring if it's going to flip, it could flip here. So I pretty much already made the move. The move was only supposed to get me, how many points? I was only supposed to get $140 from this trade. So I've already made the money on this trade. Now, even if I get stopped out, it's all good. Crack it again. See if this is going to be it. Is this going to be the move that's going to bring us up here? All right, Dewey hit his profit target for the day. Congrats, Dewey. You're killing it. Your first 3 days, dude, murdering the game. I shouldn't probably say those words on the stream, actually. You are doing fantastic. Gonna be some words I'm gonna get flagged for. What did he say? Like, we need to check this dude out. Clap all of his streams. If you guys are new here, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you guys being here. Stream Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 9:30 Pacific. Trade price action, looking at different concepts here. Still in this short from this break here. Still in the short, looking for a move down to 97. We're gonna see if we get it. Trader told me I need to get out right now. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know where he said it. He said I should put my stop at the green candle. I don't know if it was this one or this one or this one. Good trader. He just got a little payout yesterday, last week, which is pretty dope. Yeah, I think he's in here. You in here? Abdo, you in here? Maybe in here. If he's in here, it is. Yeah, I'm good. The range has been fantastic today, dude. It's been so good. If you're a range bound, like for your strat, I think plays ranges really well. I don't know about trends as much, but range, fantastic. Would you say you're strong in trends too, or no? Is it better at ranges? Yep. So in between these two trades here, if I was at home, I'd probably go get another cup of coffee. Maybe make I don't know, some eggs, quesadilla, chilaquiles, something. I'll be making something right now. Be like, dude, I need a snack here because I'm losing energy. Losing energy from this range right here, trading this strat. This boom got wider. Let's check the 15. Check the 15 here. See if I can come up with a little something here. A top wick here, still pretty much in this range. This would be our first break of the downtrend. Clean up this line a little bit. Buy volume increasing, sell volume waning. It's natural though as the day goes on. We start getting into lunch. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. Seems like that level down there where those buyers were, right? Let's go back to this one. Where these levels were. Whoa, what happened here? What was this at? Oh yeah, it's roughly like right here or something. Okay. Yeah, we have levels down here that are I think are going to be hard to break through. I think if it breaks through, it's going to be immense. It's going to be an immense 400-point drop. We tested those sellers. I'll just be surprised if we don't test any of these levels down here. I mean, technically, if the buyers were accumulating, this could be the next set of that accumulation right here. So technically, you could make an argument that this is like their next level to push higher. But then you had that oil news come out, right? Israel struck Iran's oil, whatever it was. Oh baby, that gets things a little bit messy here. Kind of tough. It's kind of tough not to play some chess when you're range bound like this. Just can't get anywhere. It's been one trading idea for me today. I took a couple other trades around that, right? We're able to profit from it in the same trading idea, but besides that, I just really don't have nothing yet. Hanging out at the cafe. Dewey gave me a bunch of books to read. It's gonna get crazy. All right, I'm trying to make money. Okay, here we go. Very strong level. Zemu, very strong level. Where would you say that very strong level is at? The one that it keeps tapping into, that little purple one, or where would you say so exactly? Dewey, I'm trying to make money on both range and trend. On the range, RSI 4060 rules come into play. When to short, when to go long. If you guys don't know, RSI's relative strength index. It shows typically, like, the standard is 70-30. If it goes above 70, considered oversold. Below 30 is considered overbought. Sorry, I reverse those. Overbought if it's above 70, oversold is below 30. But he plays a little bit tighter range and has other context for that. On trend, keeping my eyes on the RSI range as well. And if strong to the upside, making sure RSI remains above the 60 and the 50 line. So what's an entry criteria? Like an ATR, as long as it's above 60 and 50? Would you take an ATR support to the upside? Cracking this level now? I don't know. I don't know if I can actually, like, I think fourth time this is going to blow through this time. If it does, you know? I'm saying if I want to take another short here. Cracking about pre-market highs again for the 1, 2, 3, 4th time cracking about pre-market highs. It's 4th time the charm. Definitely not going to add. I mean, I may add. I'll tell you what I'll add. I'll add one that's like right. Nah, I'm not going to do it. So yeah, we're going to see. May get stopped out here. Locked in some profits down here. Knew there was going to be a strong buyer down here. I knew it. I mean, it's obvious, but with that strong buying that's just chewing all this up, you still need buyers here. So it's giving buyers confidence to this upside. But if you can't find new buyers, good riddance. If I was going to add one, I would think that if it came up here the 3rd time, like, I don't want to risk this whole move again, right? I would assume if it came up for this 4th time or 3rd time, whatever it is, 1, 2, 3, this time it's going to crack if it came up, because we put in a little bit of a higher high here, and this just happened to work out great, but just not sure. I'm not sure if I want to, like, put money on, even if it's like $10. I don't want to put money on like a 3rd try up here. I think the 3rd time it's going to crack if it comes up here. We do have a break here. There was increased selling volume here, barely, but it wasn't increased selling volume. There's increased volume, and they both happen to be red bars. We don't know if those were all sellers. These could have been mostly buyers, and then this could have been actually buyers getting absorbed. So, boom, 12.
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube and the YouTube Music app all together. Uninterrupted videos and an app made just for music.
Oh, sorry about that.
One subscription, 2 apps.
Uh-oh. Probably gonna get flagged for ads.
Hey guys, I'm gonna be back in town this weekend. It would be great to have a little cousin catch up over a bin brew. What do you
Probably get a lot of my videos clapped because of that.
You've been spending a little bit
Eventually.
of someone, eh? Well, feel free to bring her along. Let me know. Alright, peace.
Can we get the crack here? Try to break it another time here, 3rd time. Trying to bowl 4th time technically on the day. I don't know. How's this price action look to you guys? On the 15-minute. Very range bound, which fortunately I'm kind of playing the range. I think that's a little bit more coincidental. Been in this trade for over an hour now. Got in here, 25. It's 25. I thought it was an over an hour like down here. I guess not. I guess this is officially the hour. Just hanging tight. Hanging tight. No reason to get in here. I kind of want some. I don't even know, man. Hey, I need something. Oh, man. I need something sweet. I'm not even have a sweet tooth. I need like a pumpkin cream cheese muffin or something. Either that or, I don't know. I feel like a bowl of fuzz sounds delicious right now. I know it's 8, but I bet it says 5. It's technically lunchtime, right? Bounce right off that 12 ATR, Dewey. That's crazy. Right there. Boom. Just 1 minute. I would say that you probably make more in range days, right, Dewey? I just don't see how you wouldn't make more in range days. It's tempting not to just quiet this trade and take it, but gotta stay disciplined here. If this goes green, you'll have a lot of shorts trapped. They're really, really trying to get it above that pre-market high. It's like a thing. 3, 2, 1. Nope, you guys didn't get it there, but there are some shorts. There's a lot of shorts getting eaten. We'll see. We will see. Tough. Tough. This is be a good time if I had a segment to throw in this channel. This would be a good time to throw in the segment. Like, look, we're doing this. We're doing this. Let's see here. All right, there we go. Spice up the music a little bit. There we go. Kraken could get stopped here. We're gonna find out. Nice break here. Oh yeah, volume's picking up a little bit. Buyers getting a little bit of confidence. Oh yeah, look at this. Nice extension. Oh, you know what? I kind of wanted to take one right there. I'm not gonna lie. A part of me wants to take one. Volume's picking up. I don't want to take one in the second test. First test, I would have took one. pretty wild. Price action. New 15 bar here. Should I have taken another one? Should I have taken a third? So funny. 7 points. I would have risked another like 13 bucks. Right now it would have been a 20 already. I don't know, man. This price action's pretty crazy. Trading range day, your bankroll's going up. Strong buyer down there, just really strong, and this looks really strong too. This looks like it has a lot of strength. Just the volume's decreasing. That's the only interesting thing about it, I think. We'll see though. This volume could increase right here. This could be like the biggest volume play here. How much am I risking? The 13? I'm taking
Order
one more.
filled.
At 13, if I get stopped, it's all good. Risking another $20. The only thing I'm sad about is I didn't get it at a better price. Better discount. They didn't tell me I was going to be 99% off. I got it at 90% off. I would be really surprised if this doesn't blow. If this comes down, I will be shocked. If this all of a sudden fails again, it's like, how much more pressure is it going to be on this downside here? $22 seconds left. If this closes up full green body here, this is gonna crack. If it doesn't, by the way, none of these trades are recommendations. That ad that I did, not a recommendation. Not even a part of my strategy, really. It is kind of, but it's a little off the beaten path here. All right, we got our first crack here, increased volume. We'll see if this sees some upside. Now it's looking a little 3-bar leggy to the upside here. This could get very interesting. Mm-hmm. 3-bar leggy. If this thing blows, it's gonna blow. It's gonna just blow off the top here. If you guys saw me right now, if I have my camera on, I'm all the way back in my chair. So relaxed right now. I'm like about to doze off. Can they do it? Can they pop this off here? I'm almost ready to get stopped out. I'm like, just put me out of my misery here. That buy side on the 15-minute looks pretty good. Looks really strong. Just the volume decreasing is the only thing that's kind of weird. Man. I have to give this video to my video editor. Be like, look, can you edit this hour-long video? I need this trade to be chopped up and spun. you're gonna have to go through an hour of data. I'm gonna have to give you like 3 gigabytes for one YouTube short that you need to filter through. Oh, jeez. Check the chat. Chat's more interesting. Oh, man. Hanging in there. So if this kind of dojis, I'm expecting this to happen again. So long bar, kind of like flat doji. Like, you see how it's been doing this whole time? So it's been like boom, 3 bar, boom, 3 bar, boom. I'm expecting another 3 bar, boom. Just like starting to melt up a little bit. But how fantastic would it be if it dropped again, you know? It'd be fantastic. Got one break here. So technically, let's see where the volume is here. So yeah, the volume's got to start ramping up for me. I can't even take this on a 2 bar break, because if this 2 bar breaks and it doesn't get it anywhere near these volumes, I can't even touch it unless we get our second. 1 minute left. If this is gonna rip, it's got to do it in this minute. I wonder what the 1 minute bar looks like actually. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Increased buying volume here. So on the 1 minute, they're dredging it up with increased buying volume here. See that? It's dredging it, dredging it, dredging it. That's actually really bullish on the 1 minute. Haven't had like low volume pullbacks here. Low volume pullbacks, low volume pullbacks, low volume pullbacks. See that? Pullbacks are low volume, then you have increase in buying pressure. That's really bullish. On the 5 minute, it's not really reflected like that, but on the 1 minute. So these areas, right? For example, increased buying volume here. 1 minute, your first touch. This is gonna be your support right here, essentially. Mm-hmm. 1 minute's working today. This is working great. This has gotta break here.
Order
Yep,
filled.
there it is. Okay. All right. I'm glad to be out of that trade. Sit up in my chair a little bit. 1 minute's looking fantastic today, by the way. If I was trading the 1 minute, this would be game. So again, that 3 bar thing that I was talking about happened, right? So wedge up, 3 bar up, 3 bar up. That buying volume looked very bullish. I just couldn't touch it. This is a part of the strat. So let's see if I can get in here somewhere. Ended up profiting though. That was good. 100 points. Could have been more if I would have took profits, but at the same time, through tons of data, it doesn't always work that way. A couple 3 bar moves to the upside. This is very just rippage. Shorts getting squeezed, but we'll see. Can't really get in anywhere. 5 minutes not let me in. 15 minutes. Is 15 minute let me in? Let's see. Oh yeah, it is. Right here. It is if this bar goes green in 3 minutes, but the volume is abysmal. It's abysmal. 2 minutes left. This candle can't get below 50% here from the top wick. There we go. Oops. Let me do that again. All right. So, gets below 50%, I can't take it. Really, I don't love the volume. I'm not going to lie. But with this news here, and then them getting chewed up, I'm not going to take it long. Might not be able to take it long anyways. But yeah. I just don't like the volume. I know that this is kind of the news and it started tapering off, but the volume's not even increase. If it was increasing on this 15-minute basis, I'd be interested. That at least could be an argument. With decreasing buy-side volume into lunchtime, I don't know about that one. I'll keep my eye on the 5-minute. Still just ripping 3 bars though. That's not right. There we go. Yep. So that is this for today. Pretty mellow today. Not for the day, but range bound, Ella for the strat. Starting to rip up again, kind of like this, right? Just like kind of melting up again a little bit. Shorts are kind of just getting squeezed out of their positions. If this happens, and this is actually another like trap here, we could rip. We could fly. $20 seconds left. I'm very tempted to go get something to eat, but now I have to sit around and wait. See the volume starting to increase here on this buy side. See, high volume buyers, low volume pullback, high volume buyer, low volume pullback, high volume buyers. This is good. It's got a bullish heartbeat for the upside. What I want to see, now that we're above these levels, I don't need to worry about it on this candle. But what I want to see is on this candle, I want to see this volume get up here. Here or higher. If this volume gets up here or higher, that's going to be a positive thing for me going up into these sellers again. If it doesn't, and we kind of just float around, like the move can happen, but the odds go down a touch. I'm trying to trade clean. Be interesting to see it just rip up 3 bar kind of wedge all the way up again. That'd be crazy. Candle's looking good. Want to see some volume here. Want to see some volume. What do you guys think? Double top or break? What do you think? Or are we not even going to reach? It's continued buyers. Also, I think we can steepen our trend a little bit here. Alright, it comes down to this candle. If this candle goes red, I am going to go get something to eat and I'll be back. Check my appointments today. I might just go sneak. It'll only take me like 5 minutes, but I'm going to get something. 2 minutes left in this candle. Almost said bar. Bandle. Need the volume to tick up for me to get interested here. I don't mind the first volume bar on the outset. I don't mind this. I just don't want to see this very soft here. I'll wait for a third bar. Which means it prolongs my breakfast. Taking out here real choppy. This was the news. This is the news of the Iran's oil facilities getting hit by the missiles. Dumped again, but this was the strong buyers from this morning. We just kind of toe tapped into there. Just kept accumulating. They just soaked them all up. Eventually, shorts got tired. Buyers started getting in here again. They're taking it up. How high are we going to go? We're above pre-market highs again for the 1, 2, 3, 4th, 5th time. Some top step levels here. That was also oh, nice settlement at 2010. We got yesterday's value area high up there in the orange, yesterday's high up there in the orange, which we failed to break out of multiple times. Let's find out. These other levels. What's the blue one? Value area low, value area high. Yeah, there's a bunch of slop. 19 seconds left. If this bar goes red, then wow, first of all, wow, but the volume is just crazy. I'm gonna go get something to eat right in 3 seconds. Boom. Okay, 3 seconds. I'm gonna go snack something. I'll be back in 5 minutes about, roughly. This thing could keep 3-barring like this. Yeah, it's been just 3-barring this whole time. On the 1 minute, it's a little bit more clear to see. It's kind of stair-stepping. See that? Boom, boom, boom. But that being said, it is kind of curling up to the upside, curling up, not like curling down while going up. It's curling up. It's bullish as well. But we're going to see what's going to happen. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Skateboard is over. Starbucks. Let's see. What are we seeing here? Another little break here. Another little three bar. See what I'm saying? This whole 3-bar thing. We saw this the other day. We saw this. Where was it? It like happened midday. Was it this one right here? No. It happened sometime. Or it was just like, oh, we're just gonna 3-bar out of everything right here? Where was it? I don't know. I'll find it. It just happened recently though too. I was like, all right, we're just gonna aggressively 3-bar, because on the 1 minute, that's just, if this continues like this thing's gonna have a massive just blast off. I would be very surprised if this just dumpsters. I would be very surprised with the aggression of these buyers. If anything, I'm going to say that it's going to extend up. Not financial advice. What to do? Oh, don't reset me. It's gonna reset me because I took too long. It's gonna give me that the simple chart. Take away all of my drawings. Thank you, Top Step. Oh, I kept him. All right, that's good. All right, good. Come on, Mike, for a little bit. I'm gonna eat this bagel real quick. I think there's a fair value gap up there. I think. I'm not sure, but I marked it.
doji at this top range here, the 15. Decrease in buying volume. Very interesting. How big is this? On 15 minute, this is 3 points? I don't know. I feel like a short, to be honest with you. Short back down to like at least this gap here, right? Because you got, on the 15 minute, you got fair value gaps all over the place. Hold on one second, I get a phone call. All right, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not that anyone does per se, but I really don't even have a theory of what's gonna happen right now. We have a couple little fair value gaps here to the upside. Or do we? If this thing engulfed everything, I don't know. Definitely engulfed that. So I'm not an ICT reader, so I really need more practice with that. But this kind of does you at the top range, which is very interesting. Really, a close below this level here might put some real big pressure onto the downside. But the volume's the only thing that kind of ekes me out here. And it's not to say that it won't continue higher. It's just that I don't know if I want to be a participant in the market higher, right? Like, get rid of these zones here. There we go. There's the center lines for our fair value gaps, I think, if they're actually real. Yeah, I'm not sure here. I'm gonna be honest. The only thing that I'm kind of seeing here is that 15 minutes kind of dojing, but this is looking pretty controlled again, right? Like, I don't know if you guys can see this, but things are just widening and getting funky. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. This low volume buying that's happened, just lower. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Doesn't make me feel bullish, I'll tell you that. Look at this. Just looks like it's just stair stepping the whole time. I don't know. It's a tough one. What do you guys think, guys? You got any comments? Throw something in there. No, you're good, Dewey. It's tough. I'm not really sure what to make of this current market right here, right? Like, I know we got buyers here, obviously, right? We know we got buyers here. We know we got some sellers here. And we know we got big sellers above this level, right? So, tricky. Like, none of those were 2 bars, right? Those were 1 bar breaks the whole way up. Couldn't touch any of them. I'm kind of at a, well, it's just, there's nothing I can do. I'll put it that way. It's not really giving me anything. We got fair value gaps with these 2 lines here. on a 15-minute basis. So, I don't know. I don't know. I got about another 20 minutes before I got to sign off. R up. I mean, you know, I didn't leave any profits on the table. This was just abnormal. With that price action, volume, this break, this looked very bearish. I just think these buyers were really serious right here, propping this up. So, very interesting. Do we have a break here? Let me see this. Is that a 2-bar to the downside? I missed it. Oh, it was a 2-bar to the downside, but the volume didn't get above this level, so it wouldn't have been a tick. But if this volume increases on the sell side here, this might be a sell entry. Sell line's got to get above any of these candles, or cumulatively getting bigger, which it's not. So a little bit of a 2-bar there, though. A little bit. Oh no, it's not. Because of that wick right there. This is the first. Let's just make sure. Yeah. So this is the first break here. Now this would be a little bit trappish if we broke out of these bodies, try to go lower, came back up into this range here. That would be something I didn't be interested in taking long. Not a recommendation. As long as it doesn't give above that previous wick, I'll take it long. Not a recommendation. Trade at your own risk. I'm not a financial advisor. Needs to get between these two levels for me.
Order filled.
Alright, I'm in long. Do a little bounce off fair value gap down here. Not that I'm trading those or putting that into context, but just out of the situation. My mic's getting a little hotter, so background noise and stuff like that is, again, I'm at work right now until my internet comes in. So with trend, I can go 2 to 1. Technically, this is with trend, so I'm going to be looking to try and get something up here. Yeah, that's going to be that. I'm going to be looking to add if we get a couple 2-bars, keeping an eye on the 15-minute as well. Yep, that's that. Not a recommendation. Super chill. It's hanging out. Again, that's a little bit of a trap here. If you guys are new to the channel, trading price action, trend breaks, bear traps, bull traps, using some volume ideas, and trying to find out where the buyers and sellers are, which we have them marked. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button. Welcome anytime. I'll have my camera going here probably in the hopefully next month. And building a little studio for the stream, so that'll be nice too. I need to stay awake here. This is terrible. We'll throw a little chess game on while I'm waiting on PB Kid. So really, on this bar, right, this is really nothing much, right? Because what are we gonna do here? The bar goes green, we're still in a range. Bar goes red. Unless it breaks this trend, there's nothing much I can do in this next bar, so I have to wait another at least 7 minutes. One failed break, and that's pretty much it so far. All right. Kill time. Needed a little break anyways. Still consolidating in this range. A little bit of a trap here. That's what the trap that I'm in. Probably could have took another there. Volume's very light now. Look how light the volume is, right? Super, super light. Coming up into this range here, we have those sellers here. We have a little bit of a fair value gap here. We had some of them down here as well that we touched on. Right here, we touched it twice now. There's 2 tests of that gap. So may put a little pressure to the upside. But really, the volume's so light here. What do? You know, we're getting into stock market lunchtime. Things are cooling off. We're in this range with the top, near the top of this range. Just bought crazy, like crazy stair-stepping buying happening here off these buyers down here. They came in and just continue to stair-step. Now we're kind of in the sideways channel a little bit. Not much to do. Expecting some movement to the upside. I'm gonna have to go here in about 8 minutes. Won my chess game, but I made a lot of blunders. Look at that, 8. I don't think I've ever made 8 blunders before, but that was actually hilarious. So the fact that I still won that is hysterical. All right. Nonetheless, I'm going to be looking up to this range here. I'm taking profits a little bit ahead of that, the beginning of that gap. If we can get there, I'm assuming we can. Shouldn't be too difficult for these guys. Oops, sorry, phone. One break here. I got to leave here in a few minutes, but if this breaks, really I'm not interested in any of these contexts for the volume bars anymore, since we're already kind of holding above this level. Really what I'm looking for is either I want to get above this volume here on the selling, which shouldn't be that difficult, to be honest with you. I think, yeah, we're already above it on this candle. So if we get 1 candle break here, 2 candle break, I'll be looking to add to the long. Here's 1 break. So check the 15-minute here. Just kind of getting choppy here, right? Like top of this range, not super clean. We did break though. Remember we had that little 2 bar here. The only thing is I didn't love the volume. So I'm not taking this in any context. Otherwise, this would be like a 1-to-1 here. Up to basically the top of the range. High of the day. About 118, 120. You could do it. I just don't like the volume, so I'm not considering it. 5 minute though. Again, have a break. This bar breaks green. I'm gonna have to go here on this execution, but if it does break green, and the volume's already needed to get above where I wanted it to get to. So if this volume can get up a little higher, that'd be better. If it stays kind of really low, that's not gonna be as good. We'll look to add though, and then we are gonna be running into this fair value gap, and you know, major sellers. You can see it's a sea of sellers up here. So we'll look to that later as well. So in the day's range though, we've kind of just been going sideways for the past few days after that huge selling that happened the other day. Kind of been just chopping around, and we're gonna see if we're looking at a daily here without any drawings. Looking at the daily, we pretty much put our low here, had a huge run, tested it, huge buying again, right, buy side, and then now are we gonna, you know, basically buyers needed to get above this level here, right? This is where those heavy sellers are, and it touched it and rejected off of it. Doesn't mean that it's not going to do it. It's just that it's less likely to get through this area on that first wick, so which it didn't. So you also have major strong buyers here, major strong buyers. This is a little bit of an anomaly too on the daily, which I haven't charted them out on the dailies, but this would be roughly telling us that it's getting back up to the 971s. So for you to base it off that context. So very interesting. Multiple different ideas. 2 minutes left. Got my appointment coming in right now, so I'm gonna be adding to this long if this goes up. The volume's fine. It's good enough for me already because we broke above multiple levels here with that volume. Let's see. Multiple matched. It didn't really get above this one, but it's close. Alright, it's close enough for me to take. If this one doesn't go green though in 2 minutes, I'm pretty much just gonna let this trade ride. Nothing much to do. So be right there. 8 people, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you guys dropping in. We're just talking about a little bit of technical analysis here. Make sure to like, subscribe. We're gonna be streaming Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 9:30 Pacific. We're up on the day, but today was very sloppy. So, but we identified some buyers before they came in, and we're running into a little bit of selling pressure up here. So, I am in a long from a little short trap here, baby short trap, right? Broke out of this area low here. Try to go lower and in a sense trap some shorts. So in that context, we're in a long, a short. Now this is a bull trap. So we're actually, that's developing right now, where we break out of all of these levels, broke out of the bodies, and we break out of the wicks here. And well, almost broke out of the wicks. We actually didn't break out of the wicks, just the bodies. So if we return back to these bodies below this level here, I actually am supposed to reverse this trade. So 47 seconds left. It needs to stay below this level here, and I will reverse the trade. I will literally hit the reverse button here. But we'll see. If it goes above it, I don't mess with it. Again, when we get into these consolidation area ranges, a little bit of news came in right there. It might have been a reaction to the news. We'll see. We will see here. I will reverse, but this is when you run traps with up at these top ranges, it gets very iffy. Actually, this is not. Did it go higher? It did not go higher, so not a true trap. I will not reverse this. All right, this is it for the stream. Appreciate you guys stopping by. We'll be looking to trade a little bit more. I'm gonna let this trade ride, but this will be the last trade I do. I'm gonna let this one ride. Pretty much a twin bar here, so that's a little bit bearish, but still continue to let it ride. Had a nice little positive day today. Only one trade for the strat so far, or two trades for the strat. That was very interesting. Wouldn't let us get in anywhere here. So again, welcome. Appreciate you guys stopping by, supporting the stream. Be looking for this weekend. I'm getting my fiber optics. Should have my full screens up. I'm doing this on a laptop in these next 2 days. It's brutal. It's brutal. You guys can hear the background noise of the shop and stuff. So, alrighty, guys. Take care. Have a good one. We'll catch you.